Hall of Pain, Mark Henry's Path of Destruction. And welcome back, guys, and again this is Mikeratto, and welcome to my new video where today we're going to discuss our last 2011 event for this week. So after this I'm going to take small time off, and then I'm going to return next week to record the Attitude Era stuff and all of that. And I think I'm gonna start with either the Austin Era, the D-Generation X versus Brett, or the Corporate Ministry and the Ministry of Darkness combined, or the Undertaker returning as the American Badass. So tune in next week for our new videos, and thank you. And now back to our video. In 2011, a fuel spark into Mark Henry. Well, he actually changed his character from the babyface that he is actually. By then, he turned heel, and then he created this huge storyline which he dominated SmackDown in the time being in 2011. And well, it is actually memorable. The run is actually appreciated, while legends also put him over. So let's discuss things towards this run. Well, I think the turn actually happened during, well, or after rather, Big Show attacked Henry, sometime like that, or Henry turning on the draft day, which, well, when after the Big Show actually attacked Mark Henry, or rather the other one, it fueled a spark into this monster. So what happened? Well, Mark Henry viciously attacked Big Show on several occasions. When Mark Henry attacked Big Show during his match with Alberto Del Rio, and then Del Rio winning via forfeit because of the damage Mark Henry did. And then, well, Mark Henry actually and the Big Show using this cage spot. And of course, what happened in Money in the Bank, the first induction of the Hall of Pain, which Big Show was kayfably removed from WWE television for the time being. Mark Henry is now dominant. And during also that time, well, there's a champion that actually won his championship at SummerSlam after Randy Orton beat Christian for the World Heavyweight Championship in 2011. For the second time, may I add that he actually beats Christian for the title at SummerSlam. Mark Henry sets his eyes on him while he discussed the 15 years, I think it was actually 15, when Mark Henry wants a championship gold. He wants to be that dominant. So who are the people Mark Henry actually kayfabe injured? Well, we have guys such as the Big Show, the guy who actually decimated on a lot of time in 2011, Kane, and then Vladimir Kozlov, which actually led for Kozlov's kayfabe going out of the WWE, and Great Khali. And then what happened after that? Mark Henry won his first World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, the ECW Championship is also considered a world title in the WWE too, but during that time, the ECW program is far different from the one who fans know from the 1990s up to 2000s, and even to its revival in 2006, which, well, yeah, before the December to Dismember event, which ECW was known for, or yeah, even that event actually, well, people think that the ECW title and the ECW programming changed on that night. So, well, when Mark Henry won the ECW Championship in 2008, it was far different from ECW 2006 and its first, well, from 1990s up to 2001 or something, how when the ECW, the former Eastern Championship Wrestling, turned into Extreme Championship Wrestling. So there are many more and many more. And for Mark Henry's World Heavyweight Championship run, well, he actually beat Randy Orton for it. One of the top guys in the WWE, think about that. And then he beat Orton again at Hell in a Cell. Cleanly, might I add, the second top guy during that time. So, again, Henry beating Orton. And then he was put on a program with the Big Show. And also, I almost forgot, well, Mark Henry feuded with Sheamus during SummerSlam, which he beats Sheamus in that match, I think via countout, with that spot on the outside where Mark Henry puts Sheamus through the barricade and something like that. So yeah, Mark Henry's World Heavyweight Championship, well, most of it was his feud with the Big Show. And yeah, when Big Show returns, he wants Mark Henry because that's the guy who's actually responsible for taking him out. They had a lot of moments when they had this superplex thing that actually was done by Brock Lesnar and the same guy who was suplex Big Show. So yeah, if you think about it, Big Show has been on 3 out of 4 of those events in the WWE. I think Big Show was involved. First was with Lesnar, second was with Henry, and then third was with Strowman, and then Strowman and Wyatt did that same thing on 2020. So going back, Mark Henry, well, he suplexed Big Show and the ring collapsed for the second time, so that's rare. And then, well, Henry, well, was disqualified in their second match. And then in the third match, well, I think it is TLC, if I can recall, which Daniel Bryan cashed in when Big Show actually defeated Henry in the chairs match, which was quick. I think the match was actually that quick, if I recall. And then the cash in was memorable because it was the start of the push of Daniel Bryan in the time. So Mark Henry, while he is dominant, he is the World Heavyweight Champion who actually made the Hall of Pain a huge deal. SmackDown during that time, while they created huge promos out of it, the victims, even Mark Henry throwing a guy, the AWA employee, because when the music actually of the Big Show interrupted his match, causing the sound system to be absent for the rest of that night. So yeah, this actually memorable. And he defeated Randy Orton, which is a huge deal by that time because, well, you actually beat the second top guy in the company, and then he beats the Big Show who actually puts over talent. Yeah, and also Big Show, well, he actually was putting over talent who's going to be a huge deal for the time. Though the Hall of Fame is actually not that long. Well, it started from July up to December or June up to December, something like that. For the second half, I think from May, also so on and so forth, from May up to December. So like that, after WrestleMania, let's say the draft pick or the Raw draft or the WWE draft, that. So yeah, they made Mark Henry the huge deal out of then. So yeah. And because of the Hall of Pain, while we saw the resurrected Kane with the half mask, though he lost his feud with John Cena, but he recovered with his feud with Randy Orton, and then, well, he lost to Randy Orton, and then he actually made this program with Daniel Bryan, which is actually entertaining. So that's also a good point. Out of the Hall of Fame, it reverted Kane back to his half mask gimmick. Big Show actually becoming a huge deal on SmackDown. Kali being absent, well, He's not included in much program that time, and for Costa, well, he actually did some other ventures. So yeah, and also Daniel Bryan is actually the biggest thing on this because it actually elevated him because of the cash in, beating Big Show, who Mark Henry DDT'd on the chair, and that means Daniel Bryan was pushed that time. And then, well, it led to his WrestleMania moment where he was squashed in 18 seconds and the birth of the Yes movement. So, yeah, Hall of Pain has a lot of things that actually got people benefited from. And of course, Randy Orton, well, he's gonna stay on the main event. If he's going to the mid card scene, well, he's going to find himself in the main event scene soon. So there's nothing you can't deny about that. So yeah, this is my video. I hope you all like it. Like, comment down below, share, subscribe. And again, this is Mikeratto. And again, peace and have a good day. Thank you.